Hello, everybody. This is Gary with Nelson's Environmental Services. And I'm going to show you some things about ozone and why it's so necessary. We're in a government building here, or a state building. And our office is here. So the humidity and stuff builds up, and it's subject to create mold spots. Fortunately, I'm keeping it down here. The humidity goes up, and then if you don't address the moisture to kill the mold and stuff like that, it will grow on the walls. So everybody knows that I invent different ozone machines for different purposes. This one here, it can actually be rented out to whoever wants to rent it. And I made it real simple. You see here, you could set it to be on for 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, and up to 4 hours. This is very necessary, even in your homes. If you find out you're starting to have a lot of humidity, you need to hit it with ozone, because the humidity actually helps you when you turn on an ozone machine, because the ozone turns into peroxides, and it doesn't care where the problem is. It's going to take peroxides to it, and it's going to destroy the mold or the mildew. Okay, you don't want it to start growing. It's not going to be able to do anything about it. We do have something to get rid of that too, but you need to do your pre-maintenance on your homes. Always ozone at least twice a month. Okay, so you won't be sick. All right, this also kills viruses. Whatever you bring in your house, on your feet or in your clothes, this ozone machine will actually take care of that. All right, so this is one of my inventions. It's very powerful. But at the same time, it's necessary. Ozone is 3,500 times more effective than chlorine. So when I run this through here, this forced air comes out here, and it goes all over the room, all up to the ceiling and everything. All right, and downstairs. So I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to set it for 10 minutes, okay? So we set it for 10 minutes and come back, and this is enough to freshen the air. Now if I really want to do a deep cleaning, then you'll be able to do different times. So if you want to do a big building like this, and if you had all the doors open, I would put it on for about at least 2 hours. And really deep cleaning, you put it on, use a 4-hour treatment. We also have a way to make this, excuse me, remote, and it'll stay on as long as you want to, wherever you are, and turn off when you want it off. So you can see where daycare centers, churches, Uh, offices, big state buildings, government buildings, they need this. So I put the timer on the side to make it more user-friendly. I'm always developing my machines. I started out one way, but as I develop, I make it more user-friendly. Actually, you can come and rent this machine here. I have several more of this type of machines. You rent it. Let's say you're going to have a party somewhere and you're in an event center. We would see how many square feet it is, and we see how many of the machines you had to have out there. After you go in, let's say you're having a prom or any kind of party in a big place, you would go and ozone it first. Why would you do that? Well, when you ozone, it leaves peroxides. And if there's a virus or anything like that comes in, it's not going to stay on the surface. If that virus comes in there and lands on the surface of anything, it's destroyed. So that's the good part about it. You can also run this machine while someone is in there. We have other machines that are much more quieter than this. We have our Vortex machines. We have whatever you need. We have that for whatever effect you're trying to get. Store owners, you have people coming in. We even have motion sensors. When they come in the door, the ozone comes in. And if they have viruses or something on them, it'll take care of it. So I'm Gary Nelson with Nelson's Environmental Services. This is research that I've been doing, inventions I've been creating and developing for years. I don't try to make it where everybody knows about it, because then I don't want the competition. But those of you that are wanting things done, is wanting to get rid of the viruses, they want to get the sickness out the room. You have people at home or nursing home. This would take care of all the cross contamination. Okay, one of the problems we had with COVID is cross contamination. I mean, if somebody coughs or sneezes, we think that we're going to stop it with a mask. No, it's so small. All you're doing is holding it. Once it comes through the mask, then it bounces around in your mask until it gets into your lungs or in your sinuses. It's actually better for you not to have a mask on. So when you take it in, you can blow it right back out. That's, our body already knows how to take care of this stuff. You ever know that you might sneeze or cough? But why? Is your immune system working for you? So just get with me. I'm serious about this. Now, some of you are going to be having some real problems. And this is very easy to eliminate the problems. Those of you that's wearing masks and you're concerned about germs and stuff like that, but you go outside and you take it back in the house with you, and then it's in your clothes, it's in your shoes, now it's on the floor, then it's in your ventilation system. That's even mold. Mold will do the same thing. Tuberculosis, COVID, all this stuff will travel in your house. You can't stop it from getting in your house, but if you ozone it, it'll be the last place it ever been. Ozone, see the blue right there? This is ozone. I create ozone anywhere. The ozone actually is what's keeping us healed. I'm going to show you. Whenever we're having them gloomy days, I want you to look at, now you see the dark part over here to my left? That is not a shadow. That's mold. That's mold. It had to be pressure washed to get it off. But this is the absence of ozone. And the city took care of their half. They didn't do anything with this. So when somebody steps on it, it comes into the building. Are we getting what I'm saying yet? That's why I ozone. That's one of the reasons. I love the fresh smell of ozone and the effects that it leaves once it's used, because ozone splits oxygen molecules and it creates O3 from O2. So that means that's new oxygen. That's fresh oxygen. So when you split that oxygen, there's nothing in that oxygen left, like disease and all that stuff is gone. You can even use it for bed sores. You can use it to boost your immune system. Ozone is very versatile. And people are not getting it. But hey, here I am. I'm 65, almost 66 in October. I had a massive heart attack. They said I was having heart attacks for several times, because I'm relentless as far as life. The doctor told me that I only had 98%, 98% blockage in my heart. 3 years later, they said I only had 1/3 of my heart that was still alive. They call it scar tissue. And he made sure, he told me, he said, look, do you understand what scar tissue is? I said, well, I've heard of it. He said, well, scar tissue is dead tissue. So the dead tissue is eliminating your heart function. You only have 1/3 of your heart that you can actually use. I got to thinking about that. And I said, well, I've been studying ozone, I've been studying iodine, I've been studying all this stuff. And what I did, I said, well, I helped this lady with diabetes, where the leg had turned almost purple, getting ready to go into gangrene. I took the ozone. I created and captured it through my machine, and after that, I put it in oil. Once I put it in the oil, I can keep it for years. You have to keep it in the freezer to do that. But whenever you open that bottle of ozonated oil and put it on you, it gets rid of arthritis, all type of pains. It creates blood circulation. And I said, well, I've been helping all these people do that kind of stuff. So I said, let me do something for myself. I got me some Band-Aids from Walmart. Supersize, well, not supersize, but I guess they're 2 by 3 inches. And I poured that oil in that Band-Aid, and I stuck it right where I thought my heart was. And if I wasn't sure, then I took 2 of them and I put on the other side. Do you know, I actually felt the results of it within maybe 2 minutes. The ozone, I had so much ozone in that oil, like 50 55, actually, I think it was 55 hours of ozone nonstop going into that oil. So it penetrated to my tissue. It got my mitochondria stirred up. My mitochondria start producing energy right away. And the next thing, and I said, well, wait a minute. Maybe I better take this off because I felt so much activity right there. And I said, no, I'm going to ride it out. Well, one of the reasons I done this, because the doctor said, the one that told me I only had 1/3 of my heart, he asked me a question. He said, are you having shortness of breath? I said, no. Because they wanted to give me some more medicine. And he said, you having chest pain? Oh, no, I'm fine. I was not going to take any more medicine. So that's one of the reasons I went on and let the oil take place when I felt something going on in my chest. Do you know the shortness of breath left? The chest pains left. Where I walk, you see all these steps. People complain about these steps. They go way up there. They complain about these steps. No big deal. My other office that I was in Shelby County. It was two flights of steps. I brought my whole entire office from there, downstairs, up these stairs, up those stairs, all the way up. These steps don't mean nothing to me anymore. I don't get shortness of breath anymore. I don't get chest pains. I don't have to stop at this flight before I go up to the next one. I don't have to stop and look and see if my machine is on or off. Remember, we set it for 10 minutes, so it went off. Now there's a nice, fresh smell in here. You see? I'm not having problems with no steps. I'm gonna put it on for another 10 minutes. What do you say? Let's do another 10 minutes since we don't have any customers right now. Come on. There we go. So, there we are. I don't have shortness of breath. I don't take any medication. Any. I take my minerals and my vitamins. And I eat things that make me feel good. I'm not hooked on either eating hamburgers or not eating hamburgers. I drink ozonated water every now and then. I don't drink it as much as I could drink it, because whenever you drink ozonated water, it boosts your energy level. Well, I haven't had to do that. Do you understand? Can anybody out there hear me? Do I have an amen corner? Guys, get with me. If I don't hear at least 1,000 phone calls, somebody's brain dead. Look, why are we even talking about the brain problems? Do you know, just like I put the oil on my chest, it produced blood flow. What are some of the problems that people have with dementia? Blood flow problems in the brain. When you get brain fog, take that same oil, rub it on that scalp. Those of you that feel like you got problems, females, you think you might be having breast cancer. This is another topical thing. If you read up on ozone, you find out that it actually kills some cancers. Guys with prostate problems, take the oil and put it on your prostate. It goes through the tissue. If it gets to my heart, where do you think it can go through your cavity, through your skin and your tissue, and get rid of the inflammation that is keeping your urine stream down, that's causing the inflammation that eventually turns into cancer and all that kind of stuff. If you get the swelling down, inflammation is our biggest problem. Inflammation. Ozonated oil destroys inflammation. Ozone destroys inflammation. Ozone water destroys inflammation. You can also kill malaria. You can also deal with what you get from the mosquito. That's the mosquito, but the tick bites, Lyme disease. You can get rid of all this stuff. There's no cure, but let's fix it. You know, I had to bring this, and I'm actually pleading you guys. I know I'll be putting up a lot of different stuff on ozone and different things, and you think I'm playing games. But you need to get this stuff before you need it. If you ever get hit with COVID and you have to deal with oxygen to breathe, your mitochondria cannot use that oxygen that you're receiving. That's why it seems like you never get what you need. That's why you stay on oxygen for years and some of you die. But if you can get into a room with ozone, that oxygen is O3. That oxygen actually stimulates the mitochondria. That means you don't need supplement oxygen. And the type of oxygen that we get, your body is too much oxygen. If it goes anywhere over 20%, then that's, your body can't use that. We have right now we only breathe 20% of oxygen. We got nitrogen, we got all kind of different things in there, in the air, even pollution. So we don't even get 20%. So now they put us on something that's way over 20%, and it feels like you're suffocating every time you try to get off of it. That's a warning sign. That means it's actually playing tricks on you. Be careful. And I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, but if you got any damn sense, think about it. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what you can Google about. Start using Google. They'll eventually give you the right answer. They give you bits and pieces, but you're going to have to start reading into things. Everything I Googled about ozone changed. The first time I started Googling about ozone, they said ozone is damaging to the lungs and blah, blah, blah. Year after year, people start putting new information in, and they start telling you how it helps, how it kills, it destroys some cancers, how it boosts your mitochondria, how it boosts your immune system. They tell you too, if you do insufflations, Just look it up. I'm not going through it. If you do insufflation while you're doing these cancer treatments and radiation and stuff, actually it boosts your immune system. Sometimes you don't even lose your hair. That's how it supports you. You need to find out what's going on in your life. I used to be, never will be again, a heart patient. They're actually mad at me because I'm not taking the medication. They could take my medication insurance. Look, I'm not looking to die with disease. One of the things that happened, I even had cancer. And it was trapped in my colon. And actually my immune system was so boosted. Now listen to me. My immune system was so boosted, it used my own body to destroy the cancer. And the doctor told me. He said, you know, because I had a strangulated hernia. I created a hernia because I was doing a 3-man job by myself. I was a cabinet man. And most of the time, I had no help. Even though I created the contract to get certain things done in a certain time. Woo. And when you find out that the guy that you hired is more interested in getting paid than he is helping me. I've had that battle over and over again, and I end up by myself, taking a 3-man job and doing it myself. I used to take the biggest cabinets you can think about, and I have them up over my head on the wall. That's what was required. And I kept doing that until I ripped my lining in my stomach. Well, the Creator used that for good, because I also created cancer. It's a type of cancer that black men get in the colon. Well, it pushed the cancer into my into the hernia. It took the whole of cancer. It took the cancer and my colon through the hernia, and it squared so tight, man. I tell you, it felt like a pit bull was squeezing, and it was worse than my heart attack. So that's why I went in for that. They thought it was a heart attack. I thought it was a heart attack. This was like a month after I had the heart attack. And they'd done the EKG in the emergency room, and they said, "Look, you're not having a heart attack." He said, "Let's see what it is." So they put me on a CAT scan and found out that I had a strangulated hernia. But what they said was, we can't operate on you, unfortunately, because you are a heart patient. And they were right. I was so full. I could have been so full of blood thinners, and that's what I was supposed to have been. So full of blood thinners that I would bleed time they cut me. And they said, we can't do that. He said, you have to be off of that for at least 4 days. Well, they didn't know that I listened to what my body told me. I rejected every medication that was given to me, even aspirin, because they had gave me these statins, and I was shuffling through my own house like I was 95 years old or better. I had the old man shuffles. And I couldn't determine where my door was to the bathroom. And I walked into the wall. When I backed up and got myself in that bathroom, only thing I was thinking about is getting back to that medication and throwing it away. So I shuffled my ass downstairs with that medication. And I said, I would never take it again in my life. Even after the doctor had diagnosed me saying, you will have to have 8 stents in your heart, I said, I would never take this. I will never take this again. So that was 4 days before they told me that I was hopeless and I had to die in pain. So he said, he said, you had to be off it for 4 days before we can do anything. And I said, you know, it's been over 4 days I've been off all medication. They threw me on that stretcher and ran me in there like the house was on fire, and they was able to take care of my problem. I'm saying this. I can't tell you if you can be healed. I can't tell you what the doctors say. I don't give a crap about what the doctors say. What do you say? Do you have a mind? Do you know what's going on in your body? How long have you been with your body and you don't know what the hell going on? Your body will talk to you as well as fix you. If you get cut, you can't help it. It's going to try to heal you. And you have all kinds of things to keep you from being healed, like bacteria. So take care of the bacteria and let your healing take place. This is Gary, Nelson's Environmental Services. All the environment is trying its best to destroy us. And that's his job. But if we can find a way to boost our immune system higher than it ever been before, one of the ways of doing that is through ozone. Well, guys, I thank you for listening to me. This has been like 30 minutes. Hopefully it was entertaining and informing to you. I am not here to preach to you. I am not here to be your doctor. You better open your damn ears and eyes and do something about your problems. Make sure you don't have a problem. You got to make up in your mind what you're going to do. I told them I will not take any more medication. I told them I will not have 8 stents in my heart. How do you put 8 stents in a man's heart and expect him to be normal? Nobody's pushing me around or rolling me over in the damn bed. I'm going to travel. I'm going to walk my steps. I'm going to be everything I am. I am that I am. Who are you? Bye for now. This is Gary with Nelson's Environmental Services.